is a perfect October day, a perfect fall day to get lost in Central Park. This is my favorite time of year. Honestly, I wait all year in New York for September, October. The leaves are changing. There's like a crisp breeze in the air. This camera can't really do it justice, but the sun is so beautifully coming through the trees and illuminating the leaves on the ground. I entered the park on the north side on 110th Street, so I'm just walking my way south. And this is an area of the park that I've actually never been in before. I came biking here last weekend and I was on the trail, but this is the first time I've been on the walking path. There's a little running water. This is so nice. Oh, so apparently there's an audio guide. So this one has Scarlett Johansson. Alright, so I looked it up on SoundCloud.
This is Scarlett Johansson welcoming you to the pool in Central Park. With its grassy banks, weeping willows, and rushing waterfall, I think that the pool is one of the most charming spots in the park. It's hard to believe that this natural setting, like all of Central Park, is completely man-made. Central Park's designers constructed the pool by damming what was then Montaigne's rivulet. They sent the stream along on a northeastward course to help form the lock and also the Harlem Mere. Let me share a secret about the shimmering waters with you. Today, the water that tumbles from a rocky cavern into the pool is fed with New York City drinking water. But I wouldn't recommend taking a sip. Leave that to the many species of birds, fish, and frogs who call the pool home. With a 14-foot-high waterfall and a canopy of oaks, elms, and maples recalling the Adirondacks, it's hard to remember you're still in the middle of Manhattan.
So that was the pool. Definitely never been here before. Oh, and there's another little stream of water. Honestly, how perfect is this? I feel like I'm in a storybook, like a magical wonderland that I've never been to before. Because no matter how many times I go to Central Park, it's like, you know, the iconic spots, but this is just one of those off the trail places I've never been. Tree discovery. Oh, I see. This is the London Plain. It's really cool to take your time and actually explore Central Park, because there's so many little hidden gems and little facts you can learn along the way that if you're usually in a hurry, you'll miss. I keep walking by these really older couples who just seem so happy and content and just genuinely, silently enjoying each other's company, and it's so beautiful. Like on this little trail that I'm on, I think I just passed the 5th older couple, and it just makes me so happy to see them. Oh my gosh, there's one more. Oh my gosh. There's a woman in a wheelchair reading to her husband, I think it is. This is just so precious. Yeah, I've definitely been to this area of the park, but usually, I think the thing is, I'll usually come to the park in the north side towards the east. Yeah, towards the east. But today I came in on the west side of the north corner. For some reason, I've never been in that specific little area before. But here, when it goes down to the Upper West Side, around like the 90s, I think I'm around like the 70s, 80s, 90s. Definitely remember coming here after work because I used to work on 96th, and I remember coming across, entering this side of the park. I remember when I first moved to New York. Actually, before I moved to New York, I remember I was working at Whole Foods in Virginia, and then when I transferred, when I came to school here, I remember meeting the manager on the Upper West Side saying like, hey, I'm moving to New York. Would I be able to transfer? I can start in August. And I pretty much told them, I'm like, so when can I start? And they're like, oh, okay. So I like gave myself the job, but they hired me, or they accepted my transfer. So I remember the day that I had that conversation with the manager, coming to this little water area afterwards and just meditating. So beautiful. It was kind of the first moment where moving to New York just felt so real in that moment of like, wow, it's actually happening. Like, I'm making things happen. I'm gonna have a job when I move here. I was figuring out the details of coming to school. And I remember coming out to this little body of water, reflecting on life, thinking, wow, I'm really doing it. Like, this is gonna be my life. Coming out after work, looking at the water. And to think now, here we are, 8 years later. Has it really been 8 years? Yeah, this was 2012. But yeah, anyway, I know it might sound so overly cliche and oversaid of how people say, you can do anything you set your mind to, just believe in yourself and it'll come true. But honestly, it's true. Anything you can imagine can be real. Why not, you know? I was recently watching a video of someone who's talking about how she kind of goes and she strolls around and she looks at these really, really expensive homes and she sees the people in there and they're just people too, and she's like, if they could make it happen, why not me? And it's such a simple thing because I think we all put limits on ourselves based on maybe, you know, various things of what we can and cannot achieve, but I think that's a good thing to remember. Why not me?